back to my channel. Now we're playing NBA with my dad. Saan ba ako?
I hope with the highest of hope that I never have to go back to that my days of dealing with. So I only spit fire.
The 2K Sports pregame show. Terrific shot of Nathan Phillips Square here in downtown Toronto. Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. And as things get ready
For a long time.
and the game is going global. You're right. Thank you, DA. So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Travis Bertans out there with Thomas Bryant. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. And for the Raptors, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Fred VanVleet out there with Lowry. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. Well, it's a new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Now, here's Bertans.
Ano magpasa? Sino ako
And
dyan?
Gasol comes to help.
Ako ba yung white?
Bertans
Ikaw
with the
naman
ball.
yung
Shot
red
clock
eh.
at 5. Stolen by VanVleet. It's Powell on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. They get it
No,
back.
sayang. Saan ako?
Gasol against Beal. Second chance shot. Yes, that goes in.
Gasol looks so smooth on these jumpers. He has practiced this shot time and time again.
And only 6 feet tall and shoes. Fred VanVleet's not the
Foul.
biggest,
No!
but his toughness,
No!
toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball is the path to something better.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Pass to Siakam. Bertans grabs the board.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
And Bryant gets it to go.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And it's sent back by Bryant. Powell finds Lowry. Back to Powell. Goes back up. Here's Siakam. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
I would not want to have to box him out. Siakam has that wiry length. He's mobile. It's just a nightmare.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Powell for 3. Here's Gasol. Misses the baby hook. Wizards have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Beal against Lowry. Beal can't get it to go. Right side Lowry. Here's Siakam. And Siakam Siakam throws it down.
A good find by Kyle Lowry. Doesn't always get enough credit for his vision.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Raptors.
Daddy, first time lang ako nanalo sa'yo ah. Nanalo ako kay Daddy ng basket.
Making his mark in Toronto, guard Kyle Lowry talked about.
Vince Carter really changed the game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Carter's exciting style of play, GA, really energized the whole country.
And playing basketball in a hockey town isn't easy, but Carter really helped get this city and country energized about the game of basketball.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
Anunoby out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then there's Lowry. Then it's Ibaka. And it's McCaw in at the 2 guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. He has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. After winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you.
Beasting on defense. First, he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Nice shot by Smith.
The defense slow to react that time. Smith makes them pay using his quickness.
McCaw, the pass to Anunoby. Shoots from 12. Again, Ibaka missing.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Miles, that's good.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
To the paint. Here's Ibaka. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
With a hand in his face, Ibaka able to maintain concentration and deliver the goods.
Wagner, good.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
To the inside. Pass to Miles. Out to Smith. The fader. Here's Wagner. Now recovering. It's stolen by Ibaka. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Wizards lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third.
Pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They look like a more focused team in the second quarter, and what was an early deficit for them has turned into...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. But we see a lot of big men creating offense, Smitty. Who's on your list for perhaps the best outlet passer in the game right now?
Let's start off. I would say Kevin Love is one of those guys who still is, I think, the best outlet passer as a big. Jokic, also Blake Griffin, some of those guys can really pass. DeMarcus Cousins, those are some of the bigs that have great outlet passes.
Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Down out there with Davis Bertans. And it's Bryant in at the center. And here's Wall outside. No good on that one. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And out of UCLA, Norman Powell, an athletic 6'4" combo guard, said he modeled his game after Russell Westbrook.
And I can see why. He's gifted physically as well. A 6'11" wingspan, a 40-inch vertical leap. He's more of a 2-guard in my opinion, and he's off to a strong start in his young career.
And the Wizards with possession. They trail by 1. Here's Beal, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Siakam.
And, you know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it, but Brad Beal is one of the top shooting guards in our league. The scoring, the playmaking he provides is really right there amongst the elite.
Over to the wing. From the baseline. And again, no good by Toronto.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Count it, and the foul. It's going to be on Siakam. And Beal, about a 25, 5-5 player last season, Greg. Most would agree that that's star-level production.
Those are Hall of Fame-esque numbers. I'd put him up there with Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler. Fantastic scorer who does it with strong efficiency, and he's only getting better.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Washington shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
The love and passion. Wall is a game changer, a competitor through and through.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Baca comes in for Marc Gasol. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Powell. And a switcher also for Washington. Hachimura, he's checked in for Davis Bertans. Wall, the Wizards with another miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Ibaka, and the layup's good off the glass. Ibaka's got 6.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
From deep, Wall, it's hauled in by the Raptors. 15 seconds left in the third. Hollis Jefferson finds Ibaka, and he drops it in from the low post. 8 points for him.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly. Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
Knocked loose, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Ibaka, the pass to Anunoby. A shot off that time. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Toronto ahead, up by 3. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Baca is out there with Anunoby. Then it's Fred VanVleet, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
So much of rebound is about positioning, effort, no lack of it right there.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Raptors. Marc Gasol is checked in for Ibaka. Norman Powell comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Patrick McCaw. Ryan is checked in for Washington. Davis Bertans comes in for Hachimura. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that brings them within 2 here.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Anunoby, no good. The Wizards shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Here's Brown. Rejected by Gasol.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Raptors moving the ball around. Anunoby, good.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
56 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
This has reached desperation time for them.
For them to have a chance, everything has to go right on both ends from this point on.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Marc Gasol.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
And we've got an update here, so until the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. 2 shots. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be.
Brown outside. Siakam pulls it in. Powell finds Lowry, and they go to the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
A multi-time All-Star. He's an NBA champion now. It's taking some time, but Lowry has finally silenced his critics.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Poked loose and stolen by Siakam. And so it's the Raptors winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
Di, first time ako na-win sa'yo Okay.
David.
Kevin, thank you. Serge, you have worked very hard on your game throughout the years. How has that journey gone for you?
Yeah, like always, when you work hard, it pays off, I'm playing off my confidence, my teammates.
Ilang point siya?
So I'm trying to help the best I can my team.
And you do it at both ends.
Siya lang na nag-shoot?
Kevin?
David, thank you.
Ala, ako nag-shoot sa kanya lang. Siya lang palagi nag-shoot.
Greg Anthony and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in.
Ang dami kong shoot sa kanya. Bam! Na-block. Tapos nakagaw ko yan. Okay guys.